Welcome to the live replay for May 27th. We are going to be hopefully finishing November in Janelle's custom bullet journals. We've started on the weekly spreads, so let's get into it. As usual, I just need to connect over on my iPad so that I can see all of your comments. Welcome here, you guys. I'm just getting set up. We are going to be hopefully finishing November today. I'm just sprinkling myself a few likes from my other account. Hey Gail, how are you? Perfect. I'm so glad I just got those hearts done last night. Now I don't even need to think about it. And we can just get into designing this little center stripe. And I do not have enough space to put my stamps. Let's see. Clear some room here. My day was good. Yeah, it was such a nice day today. So spent most of the morning outside with the boys, and then they both napped really well this afternoon. So I had a nice chill afternoon. Well, I mean, a working on bullet journal stuff afternoon, but yeah, still chill. As far as side hustles go, I think I picked a pretty good one for just relaxing. And then, yeah, we had my sister-in-law over for supper because I was making homemade like tortillas for tacos, and she loves tacos, so just did a spontaneous little invite. How are you guys? Hey Patty, hey Maria. Oh, okay, Patty, what platform did you say that you tagged me in a video or a picture of your journal? Because I was thinking about that today, and I was like, oh, I actually didn't notice a tag, but I didn't check anything specifically. I just figured I'd ask you. Yours didn't make it through the journey? What do you mean? Tell me more. I want to make sure that doesn't happen again. I mean, you can message me if it's easier, but... Okay, here on TikTok. Okay. I'll try to find that, Patty, because I want to see it. Hey, Jenny. Hi from Canada. Oh, not attached to the ribbon. Okay, well, I am sorry about this that this charms thing is new to me, and I haven't had that happen yet. I should maybe I wonder if it would help. So I've been like taking all the journals now that I'm putting charms on. I used to just send the journals as they were, like in this packaging, but I've been taking it off to put the charms on, and then I don't bother putting it back in because I'm like, this isn't fancy packaging or anything. You know, I keep the belly band on so you can see the branded part, but I wonder if this would help just like keep the charms more secure. They're in a bubble mailer, so it's not like that will help, you know, protect from if it gets like dropped or something in postage. But yeah, you should show me, Maria, because I will try to figure out whatever I can so that those get back on. Okay, so the last week of October went until November 2nd. So we're doing this one here, 3rd to 9th. I'm just stamping on all the dates on the weekly spreads. So let's start with this for the first two. 3rd. 2. Gotta keep that one out because I'll be using it for every page. Let's see. Oh, nice. The Salty RN. What kind of coloring books? Like, do you do alcohol markers and stuff? I wish alcohol markers worked in bullet journals. I find myself on Coloring Talk every now and then. I'm like, oh, they just flow so beautifully compared to like the unavoidable streakiness of water-based markers. Okay, 10th to 16th. Oh, okay, cool. You do a mix. Nice. 17 to 23 is the next week. And then we've got 24th to 30th. Perfect. Yeah, that makes sense. Salty RN. Just then you can't use the back of any pages. That's why I never would use them for a journal, because I like to do like 2-page spreads all the time, and I don't have to skip a page skip a 2-page spread every time I make a 2-page spread. I tried out my new acrylic paint markers today. And I definitely need to like practice with them more to get the hang of them, because they just come out like paint. Like, it's thick and like soaked right through the page when I try doing any sort of pressure for like calligraphy. So I feel like I would definitely need to practice with those more, but I like them. I really like the full coverage, and like the color selection is beautiful. But for custom journals, acrylic markers are not a great fit because they do take a long time to dry. Like, I'm just like flipping from page to page all the time, so having to wait that long, like, you know, multiple minutes for one little thing to dry just would not work with custom journals, unfortunately. But they are beautiful. Oh, totally, the Salty RN. Hey Paige, how's it going? Okay, let's put some doodles on here. I don't even remember all the doodles we did. Oh, right, we did the little mushroom. I'm just gonna start doodling all the same little doodles that we did originally. Oh, Maria, I forgot that you use acrylic markers. Oh yeah, Jordan, I have every one twice because she's got 4 just kind of like prompts for her weeks that each take up a day or a page, sorry, instead of just doing normal weekly spreads. So yeah, I love this journal. The themes and stuff have been so fun, but the weekly spreads, having to do double the weekly spreads has been a chore for sure. Oh yeah, Paige, I finally brought my first bullet journal downstairs. I know you were asking about that last week. So I'll pull it out sometime if you'd like. I feel like Janelle is going to be so surprised when she gets this journal, because the last time she worked with me was like 2 years ago. I wasn't doing it on live. And so I just had a lot more like, you know, I had just my default spreads. I mean, I did let her go past the default spreads, but I had my basic spreads. Each weekly page, I basically would just do like one doodle on the page kind of thing, just for the sake of, you know, time. I was doing multiple of these a week. And now it's like everything about the order form and everything was the same, but the result is going to be so different because we've been doing so much more intricate spreads for this. I feel like she's going to be really shocked in a good way. No, it didn't, Paige. It's still open. Unpredictable. Sometimes, like this one sold in like 7 minutes of opening the listing up. And then now I've had this one up since Saturday, and so far no takers. I know I have a few people who are interested, but just aren't quite sure yet if now is, you know, the time when they can make it work. But yeah, this one is still open. But I know it's not really the time of year, like, you know, when I was doing this as like my full-time thing. Summer, and especially like early summer, is always kind of a slower point because, you know, people aren't really thinking about like planner, because lots of people are kind of in the middle of one already. Okay, how did I miss all of these? You know, so it's not really like prime season, but the thing with customs is like, I only take one order a month, and I'm moving and taking holidays in the summer. So I might just take one order like all summer. I don't know. So realistically, there's probably only 6 people who will have a chance to order a journal before 2026. So even though I know that's not really like on a customer's mind at this point, that's just kind of how it is from my end of things. I don't have that many slots left in the year, even though it feels like the year just started. Okay, then we did a coffee cup in blue as well. I know, right, Paige? The year has flown by. It's almost June. My baby is almost 1. Like, where did the year go? Oh, yes. Shasta? Sorry, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but I wish that was an easy answer. I'm not trying to dodge your question, but it does depend on, you know, how many months you order, and then also, of course, like what your currency is. I'm Canadian, so I'll give you a price and then it will be different in your currency. So I just personally recommend that you just go check in my link, because that will tell you exactly how much it will be for the number of months you want. Currently my shop is 30% off. If you use the code LIVE50, that bumps it up to 50% off. So it just kind of depends where you're from, how many months you get, what sort of discount code you use. So it's hard to give just like a simple answer of like, this is what it costs, you know? All right, and then did I do anything else with this green? Oh yeah, I did a fern. Okay, let's put the fern over here. We are finishing up another one. Yes, this one was just a 6-month, but it does have twice as many weekly spreads as a normal one. So it's more work than just a 6-month, but it's not as much work as a 12-month because we're not constantly, you know, voting on new themes and layouts and stuff like that. So that's why we're almost done, because it's not a full year. Yeah, we just got one more month in this one. November has been taking forever, but I think it's my favorite theme in the journal, so it's definitely worth it. All right, what doodle can I do next? Okay, let's do the little acorn. Where did I put a brown? Oh yes, I can give you a recap. Just let me draw the little bottom part of this acorn on all these pages, and then I'll recap for you. Let's do a recap of the themes so far in Janelle's journal. So yes, this is Janelle's. For charms, she chose her initials here, JW. The first theme that we did was this little cottage theme, and this isn't a normal planning journal, it's a family memories journal. There's not a monthly title page and, you know, like trackers or anything. It just jumps straight in with a calendar spread. And then there's a family memories page every month, which is lots of space to write about things that happened that month. And then for her weekly spreads, very unique, very specific to her. She just kind of has 4 different prompts for each week that she's going to fill in. And some of them she requested a little bit more structure. Some of them she requested open. So the weekly spreads are a bit awkward, in my opinion, just for me to make, because there's not even like days of the week or whatever. But she's going to fill those in with whatever information she wants. August, we did this little pond theme. We've got ducks and lily pads. And the family memories page, she can write down memories on these different elements. Oh yeah, Stephanie, I know. This is like the type of journal that I want when my kids are a little bit older. Okay, these are the weekly spreads for August. September, we did this hot air balloon theme. And we've been using the same color palette the entire journal. Because she said she really likes like natural colors, greens, beiges, browns, and then like soft colors as well. So we've been using the same color palette, give or take a few colors depending on what we need for that month. So this month we added a purple that we hadn't really used much of yet. And then I think we removed it the next month and added like an orange for camping. Yes, so for October we did camping. There's our little title page, and then here's the family memories page for October. And then this is how the weekly spreads turned out for October. Like that. And then for November, we did this little quilt theme, super cozy. And this is the family memories page, one of my favorite pages in this whole journal. And then right now we're working on the weekly spreads. So we are almost done November. It's been taking us a while to get through this month, but to be fair, we have also done a few other things kind of to interrupt this month, so. But yeah, that is where we're at. And the last month in this journal is December, so we're almost done. We've got one more theme to do, and she gave us the freedom to choose all of the themes, except her one guideline was that for December, she wants it to somehow be related to Disney because they're going to Disney in December. So something Disney related, but that still gives us like a lot of wiggle room for how we want to set that up and what Disney doodles we want to bring in and stuff. So oh yeah, no worries. Potent jewels. Okay. while I had this brown, silly me, I was going to do coffee bean over here as the other doodle. Okay, I'm going to start from here so that I'm not constantly having to let the page dry. And I'm going to do all of the white gel pen detailing on these doodles afterwards. So yes, the coffee bean will get a little more detail. It's not just going to be a blob. The blue flower and the mushroom and everything, they're all going to be added to eventually. Okay, what other doodles can I add that we used before? Oh, right, we did a bow. Did we do anything else pink? No, but I'm gonna not have enough doodles, so I should think of something else pink that I can add. Oh, thanks, Jennifer. Yeah, I am loving this journal too. Hey, Anderson. Oh, hey, Amy, did you miss? I just flipped through the journal, but I can do it again in a sec if you weren't here for that. What else can I add in pink? We haven't done any other pink doodles yet, but I'm not gonna have enough of the doodles that we did do to fill this space, so I'm gonna have to come up with a bit more. I might just do like a heart or a star or something very simple. Yeah, maybe I'll just do a star. Just keep it simple at this point because it's just a tiny little accent doodle in a very intricate theme. I've already done a blue flower and I have one other yellow flower to doodle yet on these pages. That's why I didn't go flower. But otherwise, totally. Okay, well, let's go ahead and do the yellow flower. And then the other yellow doodle was a bee. So I'll do that one also had some black and some gray. So let me do the flower on this page. Oh, I missed the bow and the star on this page. Whoops. And this page. What in the world was... What did I do? Did I only do the bow and star on like 2 pages? Okay. Yeah, I must have forgotten which direction I was going. It's just funny how few pages I did, and I thought, yep, I'm done. Like, if I had done, like, 5 pages or something, I can understand that, because that's already, like, you know, the number of weekly spreads in a normal journal. But the fact that I literally did, like, 2 pages and thought, yep, I'm done with that doodle, doesn't quite add up. Okay, let me add What other doodles did we have? Is that all of them? Yep, that's all of them. Okay, so now I either need to start repeating some or come up with more. Oh, that's not the right green I'm looking for. Did I put that one away? I guess so. Okay. And here we've got I think I did the wings in gray. Let me just double check. Instead of black. Yes, I did. Okay. Then I'll do that the same over here. Aw, thanks, Alex. Yeah, I am definitely liking this month. This is a lot more time than I would normally spend on weekly spreads, though. The fact that she's got twice as many weekly spreads as normal and that we're doing some detail work over here. All right, what if I do like a cloud for one of the doodles? Or maybe a moon? No, that's too close to the star. Maybe I'll do a blue moon over here. Not gray, because I just did gray. Is there anything else I can doodle that's blue that I could put over here? Or should I go back to the start? I might just do another blue flower. Because I don't want to come up with all new doodles to fill this little space, because we've already thought of so many doodles to fit this theme. But since we added a star, I'll add a moon. Raindrop, raindrop. Oh yeah, good night, Paige. Thanks for joining. It's not rainy in November where I'm from. I never think raindrops. Yeah, true. The left could use another plant. Maybe I'll put a fern on the left or something. It is 8:52 for me, Verlena. Colby, we're working on a custom bullet journal for Janelle. So it's just a 6-month journal from July to December of this year. And, oh yeah, and Amy had asked for a quick little flip through to catch us up. So this is Janelle's journal. I'm just going to go quick because some of you guys have already seen this once tonight and I feel like I just started. So July, we did this little cottage theme, family memories page, and her weekly spreads. August, we did a pond theme. Here's her family memory spread that month, and then this is what the weeklies look like. Then September, we did this hot air balloon theme. Here's the family memories page, and then weekly spreads look like this. October, we did a camping theme. That's the family memories page for October, and then the weekly spreads look like this. Hey, Keelan. And then November is what we're working on right now. We did this little quilt theme. Here's the family memories page, and we are just kind of putting the last few, the last few touches on our doodles on this page, and then we'll just have to figure out like the heading, how we want to do the boxes on these weekly pages as well. Thank you guys. Okay, and then I kind of want to do one more mushroom. The mushroom is like my favorite doodle. And then I think just coffee bean over here because there's not a lot of space on some of the spreads, especially some of them got a little bit squished. So I don't want to do anything intricate there. I'm going to do a little coffee bean, just squeeze that in. And then on the other side, I'm going to do a mushroom. And then I've just got to do the white gel pen. And then the doodles for this month are done. We've just got to figure out the layout. Which, yeah, I agree with you guys. We want to keep the layout simple for sure. Honestly, I would love to just be able to leave it as it is. And I might just leave it as it is. Other than adding, like, I know she needs her prompts on the page, but I don't know how to add those to possibly look cute. The prompts are driving me nuts, to be honest. All right, let's do one more cute little mushroom on the side here. How did I get into this? Amy, do you mean like bullet journaling in general or doing custom journals for people? I don't mind the brown craft paper idea. We haven't used brown craft paper at all yet. I did do a little bit of like for the title for this one. Here, just a sec. My brain is in two different places. Let me just finish drawing these mushroom stems or whatever they would be called. Okay, I did do, so this is a taped on piece of paper, but it's just bullet journal paper that I drew a grid background onto and then added a brown outline. So we have done a little bit of like gluing on, but not craft paper anywhere in the journal, honestly. But this month we've done a little bit. Okay, white gel pen. So I'm going to start on this side of the page so that when I flip the page, I'm not, I'm going to be writing here, so I'm not going to smush together what I just did. And then I'll start flipping the opposite way to do this side, if that's what you mean. The weekly spreads in this one are complicated. A normal weekly spread, we would just have like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday notes or something like that. Whatever, you can add kind of whatever extra boxes you want. But hers are a little bit different. They're a little bit tricky. That's why it's awkward to figure out exactly what to do with them. But yeah, I don't mind the craft paper idea. All right, let me just add. Oh, and I just said I was going to do the other side of the page, didn't I? And then I did this side. But it's okay for this one. I'll just let it have a sec to breathe before I move on. And that reminds me, I did not add the steam from the coffee cup. Not that it's really noticeable, but I noticed, so I'm gonna add it. Because we added it before. Yeah, white gel pen is magic for simple doodles like this. Bringing that back in from the... Yeah, it would be a bit more work, that's true. But, oh, thanks, Jessie. Okay, here we go. Okay, now I need to remember I'm doing this side while I'm flipping this direction, and I'll do the other side when I'm flipping the other direction. So Stephanie, yes, normally this would cost more. Transparently though, I did not charge Janelle more because she has ordered more custom journals from me than anyone else. So I kind of just let her do whatever. But in general, yeah, I do have kind of a page guideline, like how many pages per number of months that you order sort of thing. So I used to follow a more rigid formula. Well, like I would still let people add some extra pages, but 6 yearly spreads, 4 monthly spreads, 2-page weeklies was like, I mean, that still is my default. But with this one, I definitely went way over on the weekly department. Yeah, I was thinking of that, Jess. Definitely more work. But, and I'm trying to think of even where I would glue them, you know, because I wouldn't want to glue them on top of the doodles, because then I just wasted all this time doing doodles. Like, you know, on the other quilt, we glued it onto the doodles, but it was different. Like, you know, I don't know where I would glue it. Like, I feel like no matter where I put it, it makes the page unbalanced. So I'm not really sure what to do about that. Probably should have thought of that before, but I just knew that it wouldn't fit into the quilt, so I figured we'd cross that bridge when we get there. Hey, Quartz. Yeah, Rachel, keeping them simple and then kind of putting them in the corners. I was thinking, yeah, either that or like simple, just like right underneath here in small writing, you know, to keep it as like part of the middle section, kind of. I don't know. The prompts, I don't remember all of them without flipping back, but I'm pretty sure it's this week's moments, Sunday check-in, core 5 reflection, and there's one more that I can't think of right now. And then 2 of those, she likes to have a little bit more structure. 2, she likes to keep wide open. However, with this weekly spread, I would just consider leaving them all wide open and then letting her kind of add the structure as she needs it. Okay. No, Maddie, she hasn't done 2 weekly spreads for every journal that she's ordered, although she has never done, maybe not never, but she usually doesn't do standard weekly spreads. In the past, she's ordered like 2 journals a year from me, one for planning and one for family memories. So the planning one is a bit more standard, and then the family memories one is more like this. But I think in the past, she's kept some of these pages, like put her core 5 reflection at the beginning of the month and then just divided that one page into like sections for each week kind of thing. So she's done this idea, but never this like spread over this many pages, because she usually does like to fit 12 months into a journal. Instead, like now she's only going to be able to fit 6 because she did so many extra weekly spreads. But oh yeah, family worship. You're so right. Okay, let's see here. Trying to think of what I can do for these headings. Thank you, Colby. I'm just trying to think. I want to give you guys a few options to vote on. I'm just trying to think of what to make the options. Okay, I just want to run something by you. Not as like part of a vote, but what would you guys think about doing kind of like a swirly border? But I would kind of want to go around the whole thing just because the spans around the whole thing. Like, as though it's like thread, you know, like loose thread. And then just like writing in like very small black letters, just writing along that thread. It's like, I feel like just stand alone in the corner would look silly, but I don't want to go to the work of doing like a whole doodle in the corner. And also I feel like that wouldn't look good with this. Let me think. Swirls would make it busy, hey? Squirrels would too, though, so I guess we'll stay away from the squirrels in this case. Yeah, I'm torn on that option. And then I feel like just adding a title, like on craft paper or not, just adding one in the corner, I feel like I'm not gonna like how that looks, you know? I feel like I either need to do them really subtle underneath here in just small black printing, or add some kind of border that's gonna add weight to the whole outline of the page instead of just weight to the 2 corners. Do you know what I mean? Just because everything's so symmetrical right now. Let me think here. What if you just do it running on the side of the top corner, but with the page turned? I'm not totally sure if I understand that one. Yeah, if I add any color, I'm adding pink for sure, Mick. Okay, what if... not a full pink thread border, but just like pink thread running across the top with one title up here and pink thread running across the bottom with one title down here. What do you think? And like the titles would be very small, not very noticeable. It would allow us to do the spread in the corners thing without doing just a blob in the corner, you know? Because I feel like just 2 blobs in the corner is gonna really throw off the balance of the spread, you know? You like that? Okay, so let's do a poll for 2. We can just do a short one. Short poll. 2 options. The first option is just small lettering right underneath that very subtly says the header. That would keep the page very balanced, just sneak it underneath, wouldn't add a lot of like depth below. Yeah. So small header right underneath is option 1. Option 2 is the one that I just described. So like a pink loose thread, just kind of swirling its way across the top with one header, very subtle again, just kind of tucked over here, and then pink swirling thread underneath with a little header down here. Those are going to be the 2 options. Is one of my mods available to do that in a poll? I did think of tags, Kara. I like that idea, but again, I just feel like adding any sort of blockiness to each corner, I don't think I'm going to like. Then I'm going to feel like I need to add a border, and then I'm going to feel like I need to add, you know, I don't know. So poll up here. Thank you so much, Alex. So option 1 is just very subtle little black writing headers right underneath. Option 2 is to add a pink thread running across the top and across the bottom and kind of tucking the headers in with the pink thread. Those will be the 2 options for this one. And then we got to move on to December because we've been doing November since last week. Okay, I got my acrylic paint markers. I thought this was going to be so cute. It's not. This looked so red. Let me show you what color it looked. Oh, I put it away. Never mind. But I thought this was going to be so cute, and they don't really work well on this fabric because it just kind of bled and got really like dark. But I still like them. I'm going to use them for something, just not for that. Okay, Amy, if it's a tie, I'll move your vote to 2 in my head. Okay, option 2 by a landslide. Hopefully that looks good. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna try to keep my line nice and thin and flowy so that it doesn't add a lot of bulk to the top or bottom of the page, because I really like how like delicate this theme has been, and I don't want to ruin that. Okay, I like how this looks. This will be good. I'm not doing a needle or anything. I'm just gonna very simple because we've been through enough with this month. Thanks, Anderson. No worries. This one isn't much harder at all. It'll add like an extra 3 minutes to the month probably. But that is not a lot considering how many hours we've already spent on this month. Yeah, I agree. This makes the page look less empty without looking like busy, you know? I definitely think this was the right way to go. My favorite month so far in this journal was, I think, this one. I also really liked the first one that we did though, the little cottage with the flowers. That was my second favorite. Yeah, totally. The quilt theme, see, and there would have been a lot of ways to make it less time consuming. Like if I would have used just the key doodles on the weekly spreads instead of setting up this whole quilt arrangement, it could be made less time consuming, but we just voted for the more complex route, which is paying off because it turned out beautifully. No, Anderson, it's still up for grabs. Okay, now I need to remember the prompts and use a skinny little pen to write them in as subtly as I can. Let me try one of these pens, might be a good fit for the job. Let's see. Yeah, that will be great. Okay, I need to remember my prompts. Which month has been the fastest to do? In this journal, it was definitely August. Like the weekly spread was so open, very, very quick to do. Even the monthly spreads used had the most white space on this page, and then also the most just like big blocks of color instead of like smaller details. So August was definitely the fastest in this journal. And then November has been the longest. What are my prompts here? I'm gonna go back to the first month to make sure that I get it right. Okay, so family worship is the first one. Family worship. And I need to remember to skip a page. Okay, I'm gonna be really close, so you probably won't be able to see much. Just because I wanna write as tiny as possible while still making it there. Family worship. Skip a page. All right. Did I skip a page? Okay, good. Phew. And funny enough, my placement of washi tape in October is kind of coming back to bite me because I placed it in the exact same spot for 10 pages in a row. There's like a ridge there, so it's hard for me to write neatly over that ridge up here. Okay. What was next? Family worship and then this week's moments. And I'll put the other heading down here again just to balance things out. I'm not going to structure it for this month. Maple Leaf. I'm just going to leave it and hope that that is good with her because, yeah, I feel like structuring it would ruin it. She seemed pretty chill about the structure. She was just like, yeah, these pages I'm going to need more structure and these pages I won't. So She didn't really give any specific guidelines. So for this month, we'll just leave it more open. And I'm crossing my fingers that this is the month that I never mess up on writing my prompt names, because I feel like that has been the most common mistake I've been making in this journal. Okay, next we've got Sunday check-in. Okay, and then the last one is Core 5 Reflection. So let's put that on, and then we can be done with this month. I know it is, Kara. Don't push me. I'm just kidding. That's one of those tiny things that, like, who cares? I think I decided that there should be a dash there in the first place. It's not even how she... Oh, and now I need to stop talking. This is always when it happens. When I'm writing these tiny little words and then I start talking. Core 5. Reflection. Okay, thankfully those two words overlapped a lot, so this will be a simple cover-up job, but I am getting sick of messing up on all these weekly spreads. No worries, Kara. I just gotta let this dry before I can write my next one. And I need to go over some of the white gel pen. Carson, most of my customers are American, but I've had Canadians, Australians, multiple countries in Europe, kind of sent to all over, but mostly American. Okay, how's that? And then we'll just go over that. Okay, this pen isn't great at going over the white gel pen apparently, so we'll pull in a more powerful one for this part. There, perfect. Yeah, so, oh yeah, we should figure out, so Disney related, but that's still like super broad. I'm trying to remember if the last Disney theme that I did was for her, because I have done a few Disney themes. Okay, I'm not going to talk while I write this. Core 5 Reflection. Last one. Okay. So, one time I did a Disney theme. I don't remember if it was for her or not. But yeah, so I drew like the Mickey Mouse like silhouette of his head, and then instead of coloring it in, just like filled it in with flowers. That was pretty cute, and used a much different color palette than like normal Disney, but still looked very obviously Disney. So let's let's think of how, because she still, I want to stick with the same color palette, possibly add or remove, sorry about my stand, possibly add or remove a color if we need to. So yeah, we still want it to be very like kind of earthy, soft tones. I'm gonna go onto Pinterest and I'll start by searching like Disney stuff, but might even be taking something not Disney related at all and turning it into, I wonder if I could find the spread that I made. I don't think I shared it to Pinterest, but Disney bullet journal. I don't know if it would come up for that. Oh, I've also done this doodle before for a Disney title page. That's cute. I'm gonna screenshot this just in case. Ugh. I've also done an up theme and a stitch theme. Okay, no, I'm not seeing, let's see, let's go with Disney pattern. I find often like little like prints or patterns have very simple repeatable doodles on them. Okay, like some kind of popcorn or something. That's cute. This is kind of like the Disney desserts theme that we saw yesterday. I might screenshot it, but I feel like the one that we saw yesterday was a little bit more like, okay, why can I not zoom in on some of these pins? I just want to get a good idea of all the different doodles. Or like something like this would be totally doable. Although I guess that does look kind of like quilt, and we just did a quilt theme, so maybe not. Oh, or like a little like pattern like this across the title page. Let's see here. Okay, I'm not a huge Disney person, but how cute would this quilt be for a baby blanket? Very cute. Okay. Looking for simple, something that's obviously Disney, but is also easy. Like, you know, it's just a doodle. It's not like a big, have to draw a character that looks exactly like that character kind of situation. Something like this. Flowers and the castle and some ears behind. That's pretty cute. Okay, and then alternatively, we could just take like, you know, find a bullet journal layout that we know that we like and then use some Disney doodles to go with that. Oh, right, I keep forgetting. She doesn't have normal title pages. So we've been using the same kind of options for the calendar. So basically we've got these like 4 options for our calendar, and that's where the doodles are going to be. So we don't have a full title page to fill. So when we go vote on the options, I just want to keep this in mind. Sorry, I'm just looking at your guys' comments on my phone before Move on. Disney balloons. We did Disney balloons for a name page last night. And that was cute. The Disney snacks one, I definitely want to show you guys because I really liked that idea. So let me show you what we have to keep in mind. So you have to keep in mind she does not have a title page for her monthly themes, which normally we choose like a layout for the title page. It kind of goes hand in hand with choosing what doodles we're going to use for that theme. She doesn't have a title page. Instead, we just have a calendar formatted something like this or like this that leaves us space for like still a title sort of section to display the theme, but nothing huge. So these are kind of our options for that. So this one with more of like a concentrated doodle space over there. This one, same thing basically, but flipped. That's the one that we chose to use in November. This one, the daily boxes are more spaced out. So there's a a much narrower space for doodles. And that's the sort of thing that we did. I think September was the only month that we've done that style. So if it worked well with our theme, I would be inclined to do this again because we've only done it in 1 month. Every other month we've just kind of been, for July, we did this exact layout with the title over here. For August, we did this layout with the title over here. For October, we did this layout with the title over here on this side instead. And then for November, we went back to this one with the title over here. So we've done this sort of thing a lot. So if it worked well with our doodles, I would be inclined to do a spread more like this one, or this one is the same, just instead of the title being up here, it's down here. That's just because of how the, the dates ended up. But what do you guys think about that? Trying to choose a theme that fits well with this sort of layout where there's not a big block for a title. So something like the palace wouldn't really fit on this kind of page, but we could easily have just kind of like sprinkle like a balloon over here, some Disney like foods over here. I don't know. You know what I mean? You guys think that would work? Perfect for Disney? You like the boxes? Yeah, I feel like the boxes would be cute to do again. So I'm thinking maybe let's go with this calendar layout then, since it's the same as this, but we've already done this one with the title down here. Well, I should check how the dates line up for December, but let's default to this and then just kind of pick doodles that go well with that. So let me show you some of the doodle ideas that we have so far, and then we'll pick options that work well. Okay, so yesterday we did Disney balloons for a title page that we did for one of Robin's journals, but this was another option that we had that I really loved. We did not end up doing it, but like I feel like that would work well with the calendar layout that we're talking about. Which month did we use that for? Oh yeah, September. So we could just have like a Disney donut over here, a Disney popsicle or something over here, maybe a balloon if there was extra space, like we could kind of mix these, mix it up. Don't need to stick with just like one Disney thing, but just kind of choose our main thing. I'm just going to delete photos that I no longer need, so that we can see all of ours all in one place. I don't really want to do that heading. I hope that's okay with you guys. We did it yesterday and it was, I'm not super thrilled with how it turned out. Okay, this would not have room. This is kind of same idea we've been talking about, a mixture of Disney snacks, Disney balloons, that kind of stuff. We don't have room for a big pattern like that. I don't really want to do just a pattern like this. And we don't have room for a doodle like that. So I think that kind of narrows it down for us without a vote, but I'm going to go back into TikTok to see your guys' comments on that, if you are like on board with that or if you think we need a vote. Love the foods. Disney snacks is cute. Okay, perfect. Let's do it. So, if we're doing desserts, what colors are we going to want as like main colors? We're going to use the same color, like color palette, but just kind of choose our main colors from that. So I'm thinking we want a light sort of brown for pastry. We have actually used a couple different ones in this journal, just kind of as needed. So we will vote on this one. Most of the other colors are kind of like predetermined because we're sticking with mostly the same color palette. but let's just vote between these three here. Could I get a moderator to put up a poll with 3 options? This is going to be like the pastry color for if we do like a donut or maybe a cookie or something. 1, 2, or 3. And then yeah, I'm thinking we definitely need a pink and a dark brown. I don't think there will be as much green in this theme as there has been in some of the others. But yeah, pink and dark brown. Any other color to make like a main color in this theme? Sorry, there should be a poll coming up soon if possible. Is there a moderator available to do a poll? Are there no mods? They were just here a second ago. Oh, hey Black Deer, thank you so much. Would you mind doing a poll for 3 options? I'm so dependent. I don't even know how to do a poll, so I am thankful. Oh, bows, true. We could bring bows in as part of the theme. Okay, so this is just kind of gonna be like pastry color for like a donut, maybe a cookie. I can't remember what the other little Disney food doodles were, but let's vote on one of these. And the rest of our colors I think are fairly set. So this is the pink that we've chosen to use throughout this journal. This is the brown that we've used in this journal. Well, we've used 2 browns, that one and this one. And then as for blue, I know some of you guys mentioned blue. We have been using this blue and also this one. Oh yes, pretzels, that's a good note. And then you guys also mentioned yellow. We've used this one. And then if we do bring in a deep red for like Minnie's bow, we've used this one. So I think the rest of our colors are sort of locked in already. Option 3 wins. Okay, perfect. That's the one that we used in September, which I think was the theme with the most prominent tan color. So that'll be good to bring that one back in. Okay, let me pull up my December calendar so that I know what day to start the month on here. Okay, so it's gonna start on the furthest possible date, a Monday. I just want to count how I did my spacing in September for this calendar. So I started the boxes 8 from the top, and that worked well, hey? Yeah. Okay, so let's do that again. And it's funny that we use this calendar layout for September and December, because September and December always start on the same day. Obviously they end one different because one has one extra day. So we won't really have the option to like flip the calendar and put the title up there, but whatever, it is what it is. So I'm gonna do it basically exactly like this one here. I'm just gonna pull up my picture so that I have a good reference point. What 3 colors do you guys think I should use as like the 3 calendar box colors? I'm definitely gonna do the beige sort of one that we just voted on and the pink. But what can I pair with that? Just gonna pull up my calendar inspiration here. Red, blue, green, blue, blue. Blue. Disney's all about blue, huh? You guys are teaching me about Disney. I don't know anything about Disney, apparently. Oh yeah, red or green for December. That's a good point. Oh yeah, you can see the swatches. So for the 2 main colors for like calendar boxes like this, we need 3 colors. We've got that brown, a pink, and then 1 more of these. What do you guys think? I kind of agree that dark brown or red would look good. Okay, I think I'm on Team Red at this point, so I'm just gonna do it. Number 1, because yeah, it's a good Disney color, I think. Number 2, I feel like they would look really nice together. And number 3, Christmas. So let's do that. Okay, time to get started. Red is going to be the least prominent one, so it won't be like, you know, full color boxes or anything. Like some boxes are colored in solid, but I'm not going to do that with red because she always just does that with one color. So I am going to take notes from Ivana. Ivana Journals is the one who inspired all of these weekly layouts because I just love her weekly spreads. And I am copying her formatting like exactly because it always looks so good when she does it. And then I forgot to do, this one was also pink. And then this one as well. Oh yes, Jennifer, that's Crayola Colors of the World. I don't know if Ivana's on TikTok. I always see her stuff on Instagram and Pinterest. Let me see. Counting dots forever. Oh, yeah. I just don't have the patience. let's keep going with our next color. Oh, this one is also going to be that color, right? And this too. This is like the same color palette as my donut theme in my digital bullet journal, which I just loved using. That's why I chose the red, to be honest, because well, one of the reasons. I just remember how much I loved it in that theme. Pairing pink and like a deep red like that. So I feel like that'll look good for the holidays. Okay, done with that color. Let's do the red now, which doesn't have a lot of spots for it, but it's more of an accent. Okay, that's our calendar for now. Let's draw in the dates. I need my little pen. Where did I put it? Oh, here we go. Oh, thanks, Tammy. I'm not sure yet, Amy. I feel like that would work to write it in red. I'm not even sure yet what font we're gonna do for this month. But Amy, did I forget to answer your question later? Or later, oh my goodness. It's been a long day. Did I forget to answer your question? You asked how I got into this, and then I wasn't sure if you meant into bullet journaling or into custom journals. There we go. Okay, let me figure out what doodle. I need to stop even attempting to talk because it's too late at this point for me to make much sense. I need to see what kind of doodles I can add. Okay, I feel like my favorite doodle that I'm most excited about is a donut. So I'm going to put that one as kind of the big one over here that's like interrupting these calendar boxes. That's why I didn't finish all the lines. So I'm going to do a big donut, Mickey head shaped donut, and then add some other little doodles. We need to figure out how we want to do the heading down here, like what sort of font, what color, whatever. Oh, Sierra, this is December. December in this family memories journal that we've been working on for Janelle. But yes, this calendar would definitely not be right for June. Okay. And I'm thinking for this doodle, I might even use my circle tracer to draw everything nice and perfect. So let's see here. I should start about here, and then just a very small gap in the middle. And then there's going to be ears, which I will also use my circle tracer for. I think that'll be good. I can't really see my bottom line very well. Okay, I think that's good. Let's try that. Can always connect the, oh, whoops. This is just a donut, so it's okay. We will expand as needed. I'm going to do red icing on this one because we haven't had a lot of red. And then we'll do like white gel pen designs on the icing, like sprinkles, I mean. And this one also had some icing like kind of dripping on the ears, which I like. So we'll do that. Oh, sorry, you guys. Did I have it off camera again? Sorry. Yes, okay, yeah. You said both. Okay, yeah. So I started bullet journaling a little bit in high school, just when I discovered Pinterest and saw bullet journal spreads on there, but I didn't stick with it for very long because my bullet journal that I got, the paper was so thin that all my markers would bleed through. Everything looked so ugly and it just frustrated me. And so I didn't use it very much. And then around pandemic time, I discovered Claudia Joseph on YouTube. I hadn't thought about bullet journaling in years. And then I discovered Claudia Joseph on YouTube, who she makes like custom journals. And I suddenly was like, oh, that sounds like such a fun little side hustle. And I had all the time in the world because COVID. And so I decided to give it a shot. And yeah, so I did it as like my full-time thing for 2020 till 2022, even though I really hadn't like even used a full bullet journal of my own at that point. I just started making them for other people. And then I kind of quit in 2022 and restarted about about 2 months ago. But yeah, it was Claudia Joseph's channel on YouTube, which unfortunately I just discovered she has privated all of her bullet journaling videos because she's pivoted her YouTube channel to be for her music. So you can't even watch her videos anymore, which is such a bummer because she had such cool custom bullet journal flip throughs. But yeah. Tess, I wish we were onto a new journal since quilt theme. We just finished quilt theme like 10 minutes ago. But here's how it turned out, the weekly spreads. But yeah, now we're doing the Disney snacks for December in that same journal. Okay, and then what other Disney snacks do I like from this picture? Might put like a Disney, oh yeah, now I guess I can complete all these boxes here, hey? And this one I wanted to do plaid like that. Her name is Claudia Joseph is who I found on YouTube. But yeah, you can't watch her videos anymore. I'm not sure if she's deactivated her Instagram stuff either. She didn't post all of her stuff on Instagram. She was mainly on YouTube, but yeah, you can't even watch her stuff anymore, which is a bummer. Oh yeah, sure, Jess. I can flip through from the beginning. So this is still Janelle's Family Memories Journal, not a standard bullet journal. It's got memory keeping pages instead of planning pages. So no monthly title page. We jump straight in with a calendar like this. Nice, Maria. Well, those are two staples. That's not a problem. Those are just necessities, I feel like. Family memories page for the month. Lots of space to write about things they do that month. And then her weekly spreads, very specific to her life. Basically just 4 prompts that she wants to fill in every week. And then August, we did this little pond theme. And here's calendar page. Family memories page. She can write down memories on each of these. And then the weekly spreads were very simple for that month. And then September, we did the same calendar layout that we're using right now for this hot air balloon theme. Here's the family memories page and the weekly spreads. October, we did a camping theme. Here's the family memories page and the weekly spreads turned out like this. November, we did the quilt theme. Family memories page turned out like this. And then here are the weekly spreads that we just finished a few minutes ago. And now we are working on December. And I'm thinking maybe a Disney ice cream cone or cotton candy or something up here. Maybe cotton candy. Yeah, let's do cotton candy. Going that way. So we'll do like a skinny little handle like you have for cotton candy. And then do a very like lumpy shaped Mickey head. We'll color that in and then we'll add a bit of like kind of shading on top to add extra lumpiness to it. Fluffiness, that's what I should be calling it, not lumpiness. It's cotton candy. Or white gel pen. I could add white gel pen too. I'll do some of both. Some pink fluff. And some white gel pen. Okay, and then today's live freebie is a box of markers. If you order a journal from me, you get obviously the charms. You can choose your own charms from, oh man. Yesterday when I went through all the letters For Robin's journals, I dumped them all back in on top of my non-letter charms, I'm realizing right now. But anyways, I've got a bunch of letters and a bunch of not letters for charms. Great. I'm gonna have to go through that more thoroughly. And then, yeah, a pack of markers, either Crayola Super Tips, Colors of the World, or I've got a pouch with a dozen brush tip markers where the other side is a fine liner. My background is definitely not in art. Okay. I don't know if I want to do another little doodle here or just kind of have like some like sparkles, ribbons running through, confetti, that kind of thing. Maybe let's figure out how we're going to write December on here first. What do you guys think? What should I include as options for December? I feel like we haven't done a lot of just like plain black calligraphy. So I would maybe petition to have that as one of the options. See, I feel like cookie letters, Disney letters, something like that in this small of a space fitting a long word like December is going to get too bulky, you know, kind of just too crowded. Well, that's what I'm wondering, Jennifer. What do you guys want to hear as color options for in the poll? Color and font, like red printing, pink calligraphy, black, you know. I could stamp. I feel like these stamps don't really give me like, you know, Disney vibes, but this is a more like mellowed out Disney theme, so stamps could work. The red from the boxes, black calligraphy. Okay. So for November we did stamps. For October and September we just did printing. So I do agree we need to bring some calligraphy back. Let's just do a quick vote. Is one of my mods available to do a vote? We'll just do 2 options. So yeah, okay, thank you, Black Deer. Could we make option 1 black calligraphy and option 2 red calligraphy? And either way, we're gonna put the heading down here. Those are the 2 options. You can click the little clipboard icon up by my name and then vote. Option 1 would be black calligraphy down here and option 2 would be red calligraphy down here. And I know I'm gonna add something here, I'm just not sure what, and I also need to add the months written on top, but I kind of want to figure out what we're gonna do down here and then decide what I want to do up for the days of the week based on what we vote for down here. Is there a poll up for you guys? Oh yeah. So the poll should be right there, that little clipboard. You can cast your votes. Option 1 is black. Option 2 is red. Calligraphy right down here. Is it a tight race? Ooh, I'm not even looking. It tied? Seriously? Yeah, then Jesse, yours would break the tie. Because you didn't get to vote. And you said you would vote 1, hey? Black it is. I feel like we haven't done a lot of black in here. Wait, 2-1? How did 2 win? To me, it looks like it tied, and Kate meant to do black and Jesse wants black, so we're gonna do black. We did black for July, but I did monoline calligraphy, and I'm thinking this time I might just do normal, like whatever you call it, not monoline calligraphy. You know, where the downstrokes are thicker, the upstrokes are thinner. So let's do that for this month. More of like elegant or more like bouncy and fun? And then I'm just gonna start writing. You know, like we could do more of like a kind of stretched out elegant calligraphy or more of like a bouncy fun calligraphy. Amira, okay, no worries. I'll pack it up for you right now, so you don't need to worry about mentioning anything for the freebie. Well, I'm gonna write December on, and then I'm gonna pack it up for you. Okay, bouncy, 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 bouncy. Sounds good. We shall do bouncy. So I'll do my D. This isn't looking as bouncy as I thought in my head. Maybe I can recover it at the end here. Well, it's more rounded instead of more stretched out. Not super bouncy, sorry about that, but screwed it up with that first E, it just didn't bounce. Okay, now let me think here. I think I'm gonna do smaller black letters to write the days of the week up here, and her calendars are Monday starts. We've got 1, 2, okay. Amira, let me pull up your order here, and let's just pack that up right away so that we can get you the right freebie that you'd like. Okay, so Amira ordered a clay colored journal, and you wanted a gold H, which we've got right in here somewhere. Hopefully. No, I know that I have one. I just mixed them all together last night accidentally. So it could be in my other non-letter container. Annoyingly enough. Oh, there's a gold H. And would you like to pair it with anything, Amira? I don't want to stir these around too much because I don't want to mix my letters in. But one thing that, some nice pairing charms, I would say, I've got strawberries or bows, or I've got these little like stars in pretty much any color. And then I have a lot of random, like if you have an idea of something that you like, I can search for it in here, but it's just a random bundle. So I can't guarantee that I have, like exactly what you're looking for, or you can just have the plain H. I'm gonna try to separate some letters out here because that was very accidental. Let me see. A chicken charm. Okay, I don't think I've seen a chicken in here. Sorry. There are some things that I know for sure I have, but I feel like I would have noticed if I had a chicken charm. I've got like multiple unicorns and bunnies, but I feel like those are, oh, and cats. I think those are the only animals I have though. I don't even have any dogs. I do want to order more charms soon though, like, because yeah, I've just been experimenting with the whole charms thing. So I've been ordering, well, I ordered one bundle, and then the strawberries I really liked, and the bows I thought were pretty like basic, just like good to pair with things, and same with the stars, but I'm not sure what to order next. I do have an octopus, that's true. I have a blue octopus and a white octopus that looks exactly the same. Oh yeah, and a bunch of bunnies. But I don't think I have a chicken. Sorry, I wasn't expecting to be asked for a chicken. Okay, so then just the letter. Oh, that's so cute, Amira. They just got chickens. Oh, thanks for the gift, Jessie. All right, so would you like to stick with just the letter then, Amira? Sorry, the sound is probably annoying. I'm just trying to sift through and pull out all the letters that I mixed in here accidentally. Okay, yeah, just the letter. Okay, I'll stop. I can do that on my own time. And then, I'm gonna run upstairs and grab the other, see, and now I just threw all those numbers, or all those other ones into the letter. What is my deal with these? Okay, I am going to run upstairs and grab my other packs of markers so that I can show you what your options are. So we've got the Crayola Super Tips pack of 15, or the Crayola Colors of the World, that's the thicker ones, pack of 24. Or I've got a pouch here that has a dozen brush tip markers. So one end has a brush and then the other end is a fine liner in that same color. Which option would you like, Amira, sorry. Oh yeah, sorry, I haven't finished it, Stephanie. I'm just jumping from one thing to the next. The pouch, perfect. Okay, we'll do that and we will charm your journal right away. Do you use a just like daily planning bullet journal too, Amira? Or is this just an extra bullet journal, or is this going to be your first one? I know, Quartz, I love my super tips too. Aw, that's so sweet. That's such a sweet gift. That's like, so Robin, who we packed up 3 journals for her yesterday, she ordered 3 journals for her friends' kids, one for each kid, and then she's making memory journals for each one, which, like, I need friends like that. That's such a thoughtful gift. All right, I'm gonna pack this back in here, although I'll do that off camera because that'll be crunchy. And we'll send that off to Amira. Thank you so much for your order, Amira. I'm gonna get that in the mail tomorrow, so hopefully it should get to you next week. But thank you very much for the order. Let's see here. For Janelle's journal, I know I need to add something. So if we look at what we did for September, when we did this same calendar layout, we added like these little like kind of ribbon confetti type doodles and some sparkles. What do you guys think about that? What kind of little like accent doodles should we add here? I know, Maria, I'm so bummed, but I want to see a picture of what happened because yeah, this charms thing is totally new to me. And so I want to figure out how I can keep them safer in shipping. What color would I do for like the glitter though? Like, would a very like thin black be good? And let's see, what's a small Disney dessert? There's not any small ones in the picture that I'm looking at. Like I would do like a cookie or something right here, but like what, just chocolate chip? I am so reliant on this little example picture. Okay, that one has a chocolate chip with just a little, like a chocolate chip cookie with a bow on it. Like an actual bow. Not an icing bow or anything. So maybe I'll try that. But that one had like a little, because I feel like I need a little Disney doodle here, but not a big one. So the Disney bow kind of like bouncy like that. This is already bigger than I intended it to be, so whoops. And then it's on a chocolate chip cookie. We'll add a few crumbs over here too. I love your guys' ideas, but I'm just looking for something simple, like a simple accent doodle. Not really like, you know, I don't want to overthink it and add something like, yeah, like the little Disney doodle ideas are cute, but we've already got the Disney themed desserts. That's kind of the theme for the month, and I don't want to overcomplicate it for myself. That's why I'm thinking like confetti or sparkles, something like that. Okay, here's a little cookie. Maybe sparkles? Well, that's basically my question, Jennifer. Like, should I add some colored doodles or just like little black sparkles? Oh boy. Okay. I am leaning towards black. So I'm just going to do that because I feel like the suggestions keep going back and forth. But I want to do maybe one more little food doodle over here. What could I do over here? Maybe I'll just do like a popsicle or something. Just keep it kind of simple. Popsicle. I just feel like this red that we chose brings in like a really like kind of classy color. So I feel like black sparkles would look good, you know? We're not simpatico today. Sympathetic? I'm guessing that's what you mean. Are you guys saying you're not being sympathetic or I'm not? That I'm just like, no, I don't feel like doing that. Because I'll own that. I'm getting a bit done with detail in this journal. Oh, not in sync. Oh, yes. Oh, simpatico. Oh, and I assumed that it was a typo. Simpatico. That's a new word for me. Am I saying it right? Simpatico? But yeah, no, it's true. You guys aren't really in sync tonight, which that happens often. I feel like I'll get kind of one person say one thing and then the very next comment will be exactly the opposite. Whatevs. Got it. New word for me today. From Bad Teacher movie. Oh, I haven't watched that one. See, there's my problem. Okay, good. I'm glad you guys are liking the sparkles. I feel like I would have liked like red ribbons too, but the idea of adding like colored little sparkles everywhere felt like a bit too much to me. Okay. How do we feel about this page? I feel like I don't have that many spaces left to add red ribbons, but I feel like this side could use a little bit of color, you know? I'm gonna add one. And then I'm gonna add a couple, maybe like throughout here. How do you like that? A little bit of red that didn't really like, I don't know. I feel like that's good. I don't want to add too much more. Perfecto. Okay. Thanks, you guys. I'm feeling much better about how this page came out. Alrighty. 10:21. There's my flip this camera button. Thank you guys so much for joining for another live. We are getting so close to being done Janelle's journal. And let's see, today is Tuesday, so we'll definitely finish it this week. Tomorrow we might even finish it depending if we have any other orders to pack. But yeah, we're gonna tomorrow do the family memories page and the weekly spreads, and we'll see how far we get on that. But thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope I'll see you tomorrow around this same time. Whatever time it is for you, 2 hours earlier than this is when I typically start. And if you're ever curious about what days I'm going live, you can follow me on Instagram. And oh yes, if you're interested in any bullet journals for yourself, either full customs like this or empty journals that you can color in for yourself, you can find my shop linked in my bio, and the code LIVE50 will get you 50% off my whole shop. I would flip through this for you, but now it's all going to be backwards to you. Is that annoying? I can show you the other pages. I don't mind. If you're still here, Cam, then I will show you a brief overview. I won't show you every single page, but I'll show you every monthly theme and kind of what we did with it. How do I flip this? Flip. Okay, there we go. You're still here. Let me put you back up here. I do often flip through it at the end of the night, so let's do that. So this is Janelle's journal. She picked a clay journal with her initials as her charms. And all of these journals, they've got nice thick 160 GSM pages. There's 192 of them. They've got the 5mm dot grid, everything that I look for in a journal. For July, we did this little cottage theme with some flowers, and she doesn't have a normal journal with like a title page and then like planning pages. It's all based around family memories. So starts with this calendar spread, then we've got a family memories page for the month, and then the weekly spreads are basically just prompts that are super specific to her life, not a usual weekly spread. That's what she's got for weeklies for July. Then for August, we did this little pond theme, and she kind of told us the color like vibe that she liked. So we used the same color palette for this whole journal, give or take a couple of colors each month, depending on what kind of like what we needed for that month. Family memories, she can write her memories onto the little puddles and lily pads. And there's the weekly spreads for August. September, we did this hot air balloon theme using the same calendar layout that we're just working on. For December, there's the family memories page. And then the weekly spreads for September turned out like this. And then for October, we did this camping theme. The family memories page for October looks like this. Thanks for all the likes, you guys. And then the weekly spreads in October turned out like this. And then November, we did a quilt theme, and we just finished this one tonight. So we've got this calendar page. The family memories page turned out so cute. And then all of the weekly spreads look like this. And now we are on to December. We've got Disney desserts is our theme for this month. And it's kind of Christmassy, I feel like, without being Christmassy. And that is as far as we have gotten in this journal. So tomorrow we'll do the family memories page and stuff. Thanks, Cam. I'm glad you like it. That is all for this journal today. Thank you guys so much for joining, and I'll hopefully see you guys again tomorrow. Same time, same place. Let's finish December.